Good morning, everyone. I'm Justin Bonishek, President of Metro North Railroad, and welcome to Grand Central Terminal, the crown jewel of the MTA. Grand Central is more than just a transit hub, it's a destination. With its beautiful architecture, dozens of shops, restaurants, and local vendors, it's a perfect place to explore before or after your trip. Our safe and reliable service will get you to and from these establishments without worry. And of course, as always, on time. With record on-time performance at levels of 98%, there's no better way to get to Grand Central. This kind of reliability increases customer confidence and reaffirms that there's no better option than taking our trains. And that's exactly what we've seen, with consistent ridership increases, setting both post-pandemic and all-time ridership records. Weekend ridership, it's higher than it's ever been. On Sunday, June 8th, we had 20,000 more riders than an average pre-COVID Sunday. In fact, just this past weekend, we added cars to several trains throughout the system to add additional capacity for the increased ridership. Weekday ridership, it's also growing. On June 12th, we set a post-pandemic record for Thursday with over 241,000 riders. And we also had our biggest ridership day on Tuesday, May 20th, with 255,000 riders. And as more and more people are returning to work in the office, we expect to see these positive ridership trends continue. But more riders, it means more business, and more business is good for Grand Central Terminal and all of our retailers. Grand Central's retail and dining ecosystem is boosted by performance and reliability at both railroads. I have just been speaking about Metro North. In a few minutes, Rob Free will come up here to speak about Long Island Railroad. But it's clear, more and more people are choosing the comfort, convenience, and value of traveling with Metro North. This summer, whether you're headed into the city, up the Hudson, or across the region, Metro North is the way to get you there. We look forward to welcoming you aboard to experience firsthand the exceptional service. And now, here's Rob Free to tell you all about the Long Island Railroad.
Thank you, Justin. There's clearly a lot happening here at Grand Central Terminal. This facility is truly an amazing transportation hub. Think about this for a moment. The two busiest commuter railroads in North America, the busiest subway system, and the busiest bus system also serving one terminal. As I've always said, I don't think there's anywhere you can't get to from Grand Central Terminal. And Long Island Railroad customers love coming to Grand Central Madison, as evidenced by our 95% satisfaction rating with Grand Central Madison, in addition to ridership increasing overall for the terminal, as we've set some recent ridership records here as well. And coming here has never been easier and more reliable than it is right now. The Long Island Railroad is operating at record levels of on-time performance as well, 97% on-time performance. And ridership is booming as well. We are currently at 88% of 2019's ridership and setting regular ridership records on a normal basis. As a matter of fact, last month we set our single-day ridership at over 285,000 customers in a single day. Yes, there's plenty to do on Long Island, especially during the summertime with all the great beaches. As a matter of fact, Cooper's Beach in Southampton just won the best beach in the United States of America. Absolutely incredible. But don't forget the city that never sleeps. So come on down to Grand Central Terminal and New York City and see what is happening here. Thank you. I'll turn it over to David.
Thank you, Rob. My name is David Florio. I'm the Chief Real Estate Transactions and Operations Officer for the MTA. And we at the MTA are very excited about the increased dining opportunities that have evolved over the last 2 years. Next month alone, we have a couple of openings. Palladino's Steakhouse and Seafood will be opening on the western and northern balcony on the main concourse. And it'll be a unique offering in that our customers will be able to sit within the main concourse itself or in a new facility they built right on the old taxiway overlooking Vanderbilt Avenue. I'm very excited about that. Also here in the dining concourse, San Wei, which is an Asian concept, will be opening next month. And the key thing to note about that is with that opening, we'll be nearly 100% occupied here in the dining concourse. And there's been no time since its opening in '98 that we've had such a broad a broad offering of dining choices, and I owe that to our Grand Central retail team led by Kim Trevison and Danielle Gaudio. Also, another sign of our success is in the Vanderbilt Hall. And Vanderbilt Hall, which we use half of it for events, half of it for, we've tried different dining concepts. Last fall, the Grand Brasserie opened, a magnificent piece of architecture and design in an unbelievable setting. It has proven to be an incredible dining experience, written in a number of periodicals. And Rick Blatstein, the owner of that restaurant, has graciously agreed to say a few words. Rick?
Thank you very much. I'm Rick Blatstein from Grand Brasserie, and I just want to give you a little bit of a story. So we thought about, my son and I, coming into Grand Central Terminal and what it would be like to be a part of Grand Central Terminal. We weren't even close. The community, the engagement, every level of every person, the MTA and every department, how we get to work with them, and the love that our customers have for being in this great terminal. It's a historic place that just brings out happiness in the people, and as they mentioned, the on-time trains don't hurt at all also. So David Rockwell is our design firm, our designer. His objective when he designed Grand Brasserie was to take advantage of the space, not to really mess with the space, but to enhance the space and create a unique experience. David has done a wonderful job. We have a 400-seat brasserie. We employ over 250 people, and we're really excited. These last 10 months, the business just keeps on growing, and people discover us. And, you know, as you know, people, when they come through Grand Central and they traverse through here, they have their path that they normally walk. But then sometimes they go off their path and they check out some other areas. So we constantly get new people and say, wow, I didn't even know you were here. This has truly been a great experience working with everybody here, and we're really excited for what's to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rick. So the excitement about dining choices doesn't stop at Grand Central Terminal. In Grand Central Madison, we're very excited in July to have Trax Raw Bar and Grill open. And Trax is known to our Long Island Railroad commuters many years at Penn Station, and we're looking forward to them reopening at Penn Station in the not too distant future. Bruce Caulfield, owner and principal of Trax, is here to talk about what's coming up.
Thanks, David. I'm Bruce Caulfield, the principal owner of Trax. I'm very excited to be coming into Grand Central. I've been trying for years to find some way to open a restaurant here. Now I have this opportunity. It will be the first place opening in Grand Central Madison. And, you know, with the ridership increasing, as you said, up to 285,000, it gives me, you know, in the beginning I was a little nervous, but now I think we're going to hit the ground running. All the customers from the old days of Trax and Penn Station, obviously our Long Island customers, they know our brand. So we're going to come and open and hope to give them the same service and the same hospitality we did for almost 20 years in Penn Station. So thank you very much to everyone for giving me this opportunity to open up in Grand Central Madison. Thank you.
So finally, we're trying to find ways to bring more and more people into the terminal, increase dwell time, not just for shopping or dining, but other activities. And we have a full array of events that we programmed in the course of the year: Vanderbilt Hall, Biltmore room. But we're looking at rooms like this, the Pullman car, where we could have smaller activities. And we've created a program called A Grand Summer. And that will involve children's programming, book signings, health and fitness programs, and stand-up comedy. And toward that end, I'm going to introduce Mike Kaplan, who I'm sure will provide us with some grand comedy.
Thank you, everyone. Ooh, thank you so much. My name is Mike Kaplan. I am a stand-up comedian, and I am here to announce the advancements in stand-up comedy here at Grand Central Station. There will be stand-up comedy at Grand Central Station starting about now, but if not right now, on June 26th, here in this very area, presented by Stand Up New York and Grand Central. It would be weird if it was happening in Grand Central and Grand Central didn't know about it. They do know about it. They asked me to be here, and now these are not my notes. So I will give you some examples of stand-up comedy. Number one, an advancement we're going to make after today is we're going to do it not at 11 a.m. I barely went to sleep 2 hours ago, and I am happy to be here because I am still dreaming. But our show on the 26th will be in the evening, classic rush hour comedy time. We're going to aim to attract people to come here and the people that are here to stay here. We want people to not only travel through here, but live in this station. This is a joke. I am not a representative of Grand Central. You cannot live here. But I will now present to you stand-up comedy jokes as an example of what I might do when I host the show here, but these won't be the same jokes. So if you're like, I like these jokes, but I don't need to hear them again, come back, I'll do different jokes. For example, I will tell you about me. That's the thing that people talk about in their comedy, me. I started doing comedy more than 20 years ago. I was in Boston, and I went to Boston University. And I got there on the Long Island Railroad. I didn't, but I'm just trying to throw in as much sponsorship as I can. But in 2005, I won a stand-up comedy competition at BU. I was officially BU's funniest student, which means out of 32,000 people, I was the funniest of the 11 that were in the contest. Then, that is the end of the first joke. Now for the second joke. In the middle of the first and second joke, there is me telling you about them. I'm one of the best comedians working today in between jokes. A lot of comedians lay down careful bricks of comedy. I'm the only one saying we can do it all with mortar. That is the 1.5th joke. Second joke coming up. In 2010, what are more of my credentials? I was on the television show Last Comic Standing. That's a show that millions of people watched, thousands of comedians tried out for, and of all those comedians, I came in 5th place, and even better, the guy who came in 4th died. So I'm 4th now, and if he were here tonight, he would have loved that joke. And by tonight, I mean this morning. This is a weird time for comedy. The point is, my friend who is dead loved dark comedy. He would have loved a joke about his own death. If you're not laughing, it is disrespectful to his memory. I feel like here, we still have some seats up front. Does anyone want to come up? I also did not think that the podium would stop at my midsection, so I would have worn different pants had I known. But the great podium, everyone. I really like the podium, and it's here. Final joke, everyone. No, two more jokes, because the people demand it, and the people is me. Here's the thing. In 2015, I was on the show America's Got Talent, and that's a weird show for comedians because your jokes compete against, for example, a cute dog. But that dog is a great singer. I was truly up against a lady from the circus who shot a crossbow. I tell jokes, she shoots a crossbow so accurately it hits a target attached to another crossbow, which fires and hits a target attached to another crossbow. About 8 crossbows go off in the span of maybe 2 seconds. The final arrow goes into an apple over her own head, leaving the judges to answer the question, am I funnier than that crossbow? And we both moved on to the next round, so I'm equally funny to that crossbow. I showed up to the next round ready to go. That lady did not show up, so I don't know what happened to her, and I hope she is okay. But if she were here this morning, I think she would love that joke. Final joke coming right up. Oh yeah, perfect amount of time. I've gone over 1 minute, but man, the people love it. So here's the thing, and then we'll do a Q&A where I'll answer questions that I don't know the answers to about this project. In conclusion, everyone, I will turn it back to other people. That was again, so look, if it seems like I'm telling not the truth, that's a joke. But if it seems like I'm telling the truth, then that's a joke. Here we go. Final joke, everyone, about transportation. I went to the airport, and I think one thing that they could adjust here is make this an airport. That would make it a lot easier. I could walk here. That's another way you can get here. You can walk here, you can walk home. I recommend living in my apartment, but come here from there, it's easy. A half-hour walk. The thing is, I actually wish we could have done this at Penn Station. I live right near there. But this is good too. This is even grander. Penn, who cares about Penn? The grand is mightier than the pen. That's what I say starting now. The pen is mightier than the sword, but the grand is grander than a pen. Like, imagine like a pen with a feather. This is not the final joke. That is more in-between joke. Here we go. Final joke, everyone. Get ready. Let's do some crowd work first. What do you all do for a living? You're journalists? Perfect. Nailed it. Okay. That's That's how you do crowd work at a press conference. You know the answer. Final joke, everyone. Stop interrupting me. One time I was heckled by a lady who just said focus, and now she's my mentor. Here we go. Final joke. I was at the airport going through security, and there was a guy in front of me trying to bring through a container of pasta and a separate container of sauce. And they said, you can't bring that through because it's a liquid. And he's like, but it goes with the pasta. And so they said, the government said, you can take that sauce and pour it into that pasta, mix it all up, and then bring the whole thing through. They were basically saying, like, separate, suspicious, together, delicious. Go on through. If it rhymes, it's true. But my main point here, my thesis statement this morning is, at Grand Central, you can bring pasta, you can bring sauce, you can drink sauce all day here. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody stopped me from coming in. There's no security. It's probably very safe, but it's not like the air. That's the new slogan I pitch. Grand Central, it's different from the airport. Folks, my name is Mike Kaplan. Thank you so much for having me. And now, back to Justin.
All right, well, that's a hard act to follow. So I guess Tim will open it up to questions.
Yeah. By the way, the two police officers back there would take an issue with the no security, but he was telling the truth about the pasta at TSA. I was there at the airport yesterday. It's true. Let's go to questions for our folks. Any questions? Alfonso Castillo, Newsday Zone, Long Island Zone. Here he is in person. Yes. Alfonso.
Hi, everybody. Happy belated Father's Day. A question, I guess, for Rob. We do this press conference every year. Usually you're promoting MTA away, the getaway tickets to the beach, as we're told. Those are no more. Can you give us any insight on the decision to do away with the MTA away program?
Well, first of all, I'm exhausted from listening to that. I didn't expect that much speed. The speed round in comedy. Great job. It's a program that we looked at, and the usage wasn't there to the extent we like it. So we're looking at it, and we're trying to see how we can enhance it for the upcoming season next year and beyond. Make it more convenient, more easier. Our customer group is working with vendors and retailers and the industry to see what we can do to make it easier and more convenient for our customers to purchase, tickets of that nature.
So, just follow up. So is that to say that it may be back? That's not necessarily the end of discount travel packages for railroad customers?
Well, I think as you saw in the response in Newsday's article, it's something that we're definitely looking at other avenues to make it better. So there's a team looking at it. What can we do? It's a different age, right? The Train Time app, right? It's 70% penetration rate on our system. So how can we make it more convenient for our customers to purchase these tickets? So it is something that we're looking at, and hopefully in the future we can come out with something even better.
All right, and as Alfonso knows, only people who bought paper tickets were able to use that program. They're looking to make it a bigger thing. Let's go to Sam Liebman from New York One. Sam.
So you're filling up all the space in Grand Central's retail, but what is going on with Grand Central Madison?
Well, in addition to tracks, we are negotiating for 3 additional spaces, and I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of that. And we have 4 others on the street right now. So we're kind of phasing it in. We're doing it ourselves, and with a brokerage firm, and we're hoping to slowly roll these out over the next year or 2 years.
So there was no master lease or anything?
No, there isn't. No, we would have attempted that. Good faith negotiations didn't work out. This is a route that we self-curate in Grand Central Terminal. So far we've gotten some traction with some locations down below, and I think you'll see we'll be bearing fruit when we end up going to the board with some deals over the next few months. Is that helpful?
All right. Any other questions? Questions? Anybody else? Fantastic. Thanks, everybody. Thank you.